Nothing is no longer a hype startup, but a fast growing tech brand building quite the ecosystem backed by heavyweights like Google Ventures and Qualcomm, now valued at 1.3 billion. And even though there won't be a Phone 4 flagship this year,
There's no new flagship this year. Phone 3 is our flagship for 2026.
No flagship launch this year.
Phone 3 is our flagship for this year.
Right.
I decided to dive deep into the Nothing ecosystem by picking up the CMF Watch 3 Pro. Nothing doesn't currently sell a smartwatch under their brand, rather their sub-brand CMF, but I got this for around 60 US dollars, which is insane for a smartwatch, quite honestly, when most from the big three brands will set you back easily 300 or more. I also picked up Ear 3 for my portable buds on the go for listening to music while out and about or taking calls for my professional day job. As I unbox these devices from Nothing though, you really see the ecosystem coming together and the synergy between the brand and the packaging, as Nothing's packaging has a consistent look, making them feel like each device truly came from the same brand, and unboxing feels premium, not mid-range or budget, as the pricing of these may suggest when comparing to other brands. If you followed my channel, I've owned every pair of Nothing Ear and really every device to date, but these are ones I waited to pick up until later, but after the initial unboxing, I'm happy that I did. These look incredible and the case feels excellent. Then there's Headphone 1. I owned a pair of the black pair actually, but my 13-year-old son needed a pair of headphones and I let him borrow them, ultimately never getting them back or getting to truly test them out. So I picked these up to really round out the ecosystem by using these as my primary headphones at my desk for everything from work to editing to just listening to music or watching media like on Netflix or something. These are going to be an excellent addition to this overall ecosystem. Absolutely love the controls, the feel. These are very premium right out of the box. I cannot stress that enough. They do feel really good and warrant the higher price tag for these headphones. Right away, I got to testing these out, wearing them extensively day and night through work, editing, programming, or catching up on the latest shows on Netflix, HBO Max, etc. in the late evenings. I spent several hours on these over the last week every single day as my go-to headphones. Personally, the look of these has really grown on me. They remind me of the Talkboy from Home Alone back in the day, and the aesthetic goes well with the eye-catching design of the Phone 3. Some may not like it, but I think it looks cool, and I like something that looks different versus just more of the same. It helps drive creativity and inspires me to create. The black pair also looks really nice. My son prefers these ones over the white. He just likes the overall sleek design, but also it's a little bit more subtle than the white pair. And overall, he's been really happy using these. He uses them literally every single day for school or just listening to music or watching TikTok or something on his phone. But he does watch a lot of content with these. He actually still had those on, it looks like. But looking all around them, they've held up really nicely since launch, considering a 13-year-old has been using these as their primary headphones. I think these work really well. I've got great feedback from him with the noise canceling and just the overall sound. He's been really impressed with these and has enjoyed these ever since they launched and he picked these up. For me personally, I absolutely love these as my go-to headphones for my desk, for my work, for calls. Everything is very clear. I haven't had any issues in terms of call quality or microphone issues. Everyone's been able to hear me loud and clear for work. No one's at least made any comments about it from my previous headphones that I was using. And overall, I think I'm going to be using these going forward. They make a great addition to the overall ecosystem, but they also make a great pair for this desk setup. Onto Ear 3, which I take with me everywhere I go. I also have used the Super Mic for Zoom calls at work, and it actually works quite well after the latest updates at least. I like that the case has a feature versus just being a fidget spinner. It gives it a bit more of an edge over other cases that just don't. So while some might see the Super Mic as a gimmick, once you try it, it does become a practical addition to using the Ear 3. Much like previous Nothing Ear products, these buds fit perfectly right out of the box for me. They are comfortable, lightweight, and the beauty of these buds is using the Nothing X app to adjust the EQ and dial in the sound to your liking, or you can even use EQ profiles shared across the community. Overall though, Ear 3 sound incredible. As someone who listens to bass heavy music, these are perfect. There's a level of clarity you get with these over the Headphone 1. While both sound good, I do think that these sound best and would recommend most to get Ear 3 if you're debating between the two. Ear 3 is certainly more versatile and portable, but also sound a bit better. Plus, you get the Super Mic on the premium case. At under $100, this watch is a steal and an easy recommendation. Just buy it. It is comfortable, feature rich, and tracks heart rate just as accurately as the $400 Apple Watch 11. That's right, the heart rate tracking has been identical in my use. Overall, these make for a great everyday carry and full ecosystem experience. And of course, they all pair incredibly well with Nothing's flagship for 2025 and 2026, the Phone 3. It's fast, fluid, Nothing OS is the best Android skin available right now, and you can find it priced much lower than full retail, which is an even better deal, and I highly recommend, especially if you've been waiting to check it out, now's the time to do so. For those curious, charging all of these devices, they all charge quickly and have great battery performance. It takes me about a day and a half to kill Phone 3, but charges fast when needed. It took me about a week to kill Ear 3, Headphone 1, and the CMF Watch Pro 3. While not a huge fan of the Watch Pro 3's charger, it does get the job done quickly as well, but again, all of these charge incredibly fast. The watch especially, I could probably go longer than a week, but I was really playing around with all the different watch faces and testing it out quite a bit. And overall, it does charge very fast when you do need it to charge. So again, really like the overall battery performance that I've seen across these devices. I just wish the charger was maybe a little bit nicer on the CMF watch, but can't say much given the price. Nothing is building a legitimate ecosystem at record speed. I keep returning to the Phone 3, not for the hype, but for the experience. Between the cohesive design and Nothing OS, it's a refreshing break from the status quo that has really won me over. The Phone 3 is more affordable now, but for maximum value, wait for the Phone 4a maybe, and pair it with your A, for example. Those are just as good. As for the watch, again, it's a total no-brainer. It rivals top-tier flagships for a third of the price. I'd easily daily drive that. I just am still shocked by that. But the overall experience here has been phenomenal, and I'm really enjoying everything Nothing has to offer. What are your thoughts, though? Drop a comment below, and as always, thank you for watching. Take care and stay safe.